Welcome to the Confidence Crash Course, the podcast that will help you cultivate and capture your unique version of confidence. With a mix of tough love lessons and real life stories, each episode has some laughs, inspiration, and actionable tips that you can start implementing in your life right away. Get ready for a half hour of cultivating your inner strength and capturing the confidence that you deserve. The Confidence Crash Course is now in session.
Holy shit. It's real. I'm actually talking into a microphone and it's coming out into your ear holes right now. Oh my gosh. Welcome to the inaugural episode of the Confidence Crash Course. I'm so excited. Okay. Hi. I'm your host, Chloe. I'm the one that's going to be screaming in your ear for the rest of your life. You're welcome. Oh my gosh, I just cannot believe this is actually happening. The Confidence Crash Course is something that I have been holding in my heart and it's been waiting to rip out. It has been waiting to drop into my womb and to be birthed onto the world. I really need to chill it already with these metaphors. But you see what I'm saying here. Guys, I am excited about this. So, yes. Hi, I'm Chloe, and this is the Confidence Crash Course. Now, typically, podcasts like to start off all about the host, but that's not a point of the Confidence Crash Course. The Confidence Crash Course isn't for me. It's for you. Yes, you, my love. It is for you that's listening or watching, or I don't know, maybe I'm in your dreams. Have I interpreted or intercepted? Have I inceptioned my way into your mind? Probably by the end of this episode, I might. So, what the hell? Let's get started. So, what the hell is the Confidence Crash Course? Let me tell ya. The Confidence Crash Course will help you capture and cultivate your own version, your unique version of confidence through a mix of tough love lessons, some real life stories, all of that. You will be presented actionable tips that you can walk away from this episode and start implementing in your life right away. So, yeah, that sounded like a whole bunch of mission statement corporate-y bullshit, right? Let me talk to you the way I want to talk to you. So, cultivate and capture are two words that you're going to hear out of my beautiful mouth very often. And here's a little background. In relation to confidence, cultivate from within, and you capture confidence outwardly from everybody else. What is the opposite of within? Out in? You see what I'm saying? There was no pretty word. So, you get what I'm saying. And when I say unique version of confidence, I am saying a realistic to you version of confidence. Confidence is not a one size fits all. It's not a blanket I can't say the things that you need to capture and cultivate your confidence may not be the exact same things that someone else needs. But the Confidence Crash Course is going to do its damned best, right? To educate the masses, okay? So that's what I mean by unique version of confidence. Cultivate and capture your unique version of confidence. Whew! Now let's get to the next-ish of that just mission statement, that juicy-oosy mission statement. You might be thinking, you can't teach me confidence. That's where you're wrong. I'm sorry, I'm going to tell you when you're wrong. Tough love lessons are very important to me because it's how I learn and how I like to teach, how I like to spread the gospel of confidence. I'm just going to keep getting more and more ridiculous with these metaphors and, what's the other word for metaphor? Gosh, maybe I need to go to real school and not the Confidence Crash Course. I am very real. I believe wholeheartedly in real, upfront, no fluff talk. Tough love is what you're going to get from your girl, Chlo. Now, real life stories? Well, you're going to hear a thing or two. I am an open book. Real life stories are very important to me. It is very important for me to remind you, listening right now, that you are not alone. And if I haven't been there before, someone else has. If I know that I'm going to be talking out of my ass on a topic, I promise you, I won't be... if I don't know, I will go find someone that does know, and I will drag their ass to this couch and sit in front of this camera and put a mic in their hand, and we're going to talk. Real talk, okay? I promise that none of this is going to be just fluff. Ugh. And the reason I am so against the fluff is because I don't want you to leave an episode or a lesson of the Confidence Crash Course and think, okay, and? I want you to pull those earbuds out of your ears or turn off the Bluetooth speaker or turn down the dial in your car, whatever you're doing, however you're listening, however you're consuming this amazing content. I want you to think, wow, I know what to do, and I know what I need to do in order to accomplish it. I know what to do, and I know how to do it. That is very important to me. I hate wasting my time, and so I promise I am not going to waste yours. This is not your typical fluff-filled lifestyle podcast that is going to throw out buzzwords and give you the same old shit just in a new pretty package. I promise you that's not what we're doing here. And if I ever get to that point, please, right now, I'm telling you, hold me accountable. That's not what we're about here at the Confidence Crash Course. So you might be thinking, okay, so this sounds good, but why do you have the authority, Chloe? Like, who says that you know what the fuck you're talking about? Psst. I mean, let's be honest. Does anybody know what the fuck they're talking about? There is no degree in confidence. There is no certificate in self-love. There is no school on how to be your best self, We are all just out here throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. And I have just thrown a hell of a lot of spaghetti in my life, And I am also not afraid to show you the wall that I made the mess on. So, take it as you will. I am learning alongside you every single day, right? I am not perfect. I just happen to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of you, and I'm ready to share the knowledge so you can catch up. And then let's start learning together, right? Right. I do make this promise right here and right now. I promise that I will always be honest, I will always be real, and I will never be judgmental of a single person that enters the Confidence Crash Course community. I mean, unless you're not into cursing, then I just don't get you, and I'm sorry. Now, enough about all of that. Let me key you in on how this is going to work. It's syllabus day, babes. This is how this is going to work. Think of the crash course as college courses. Season 1 is going to be your 101 building blocks basic intro classes. We are talking grasping the building blocks that we will continue to build and stack on top of for the rest of the Confidence Crash Course, for the rest of its existence, okay? We are laying the ground rules in season 1. So we're going to get a very education heavy in these next few episodes, so please just stick through it. I promise that all of this is juicy. I also realize that the world is fast-paced and we are busy. I promise to never, ever just talk out of my ass for more than 30 minutes. At minimum, at most, whatever the right word is to say. You are never going to hear from me more than 30 minutes. I just say that never, and then I already know I might. So let me rephrase that. I will try my freaking best to not hold you past the bell, okay? 30 minutes, a half hour of crashing, coursing confidence. Crash course confidence. Confidence crash course. You see what I'm doing here. New episodes of season 1 are going to air every single week, right wherever you're listening to. So if you're watching on YouTube, yes, that's right. You can go to YouTube if you're not already watching, and you can see my sweat stash and see the cute outfit that I have on today. Or you can listen. I'm a traditional listener. I personally am an Earphones Hot Girl Walk podcast listener. If you're one of my OGs like me, you can listen every single week right where you're at. Now, if you start getting a little like, I need another hit of that confidence. I miss Chloe and I miss the crash course and I need a confidence boost, then head on over to our multiple social media accounts. The Confidence Crash Course, it is at Confidence Crash Course everywhere, okay? I promise it is like that everywhere because somehow I got lucky and no one stole the handle, so I am lucky. So anywhere on any social media platform, type in Confidence Crash Course. You will find our page. Hang out with us there. Come say hello, please. Seriously, this can be your first practice. Your first actionable thing to do is to freaking follow and say hi. Just so you know, the Confidence Crash Course does move a little quick. So syllabus day is officially already over. Open your books. We're getting into lesson 1 right now. So it's really important to me that lesson 1 is essentially laying the groundwork. I want to lay out my 2 ground rules. Now, are these necessarily always 100% applicable to confidence? But they are ground rules that I live by, and it is important to know these things as we continue to go through the rest of the season, season 2, season 3, season 12, 26, 47, all of that. This is very important. I have 2 ground rules. Ground rule number 1. It's not all or nothing. You're like, okay, Chloe, I've heard that before. I understand. Let me explain, okay? The idea that it's never all or nothing, it's always somewhere in between, highlights the concept of, that balance that life has. Guys, I'm a Libra. I firmly believe in balance. Things are rarely black and white. They are always on a spectrum of grays. And when you buy into all or nothing, you're buying into extremes that are just not sustainable. You're fixating on absolutes. And this fixation on absolutes blinds you to the gray and nuances that exist in life. Nuance is one of my favorite words. This fixation, honestly, it can cause a narrow-minded and inflexible. Like, think of yourself getting up in the morning and you can't do the old, cheerleading splits. Inflexible mindset. And that's just detrimental to our personal growth. So we're not going to do that. All or nothing thinking also leads to burnout, to exhaustion, to a negative cycle of self-judgment and self-criticism. Oh, it just damages your self-esteem and your confidence. So you might be thinking, okay, and how does this apply to me? I'm talking to the people out there who push, work every day, get up at 5 a.m. and go to sleep at midnight and, push towards these super huge, grandiose goals that they set when they're 18 or when we're young and we're told to make plans. They push every day towards these only to feel frustration and disappointment when, honestly, they inevitably fall short because life is lived in the in-betweens. To put this in another way, you could shoot for the moon, but you might end up between the stars. And the stars are just as fucking great. Okay? So the ground rule of it's not all or nothing is very important to me because I practice realistic confidence. At the end of the day, I recognize that we're all humans. We can try our best, but sometimes our best is going to come up short. You can set aside 3 hours to get ready, but you still might be running 5 minutes late. You can study all night and then still, fail that test. So what I'm saying is, be okay with the stars. Be okay with the in-between. It's never going to be all. It's always going to be somewhere in between. Be okay with that and appreciate it. Now, my second very important ground rule. Listen closely. It's not the same as the first. My second ground rule is nothing is everything. I know you're thinking, Chloe, like that you just resaid what you're saying. No, I didn't. Rule 1, it's not all or nothing. Ground rule 2, nothing is everything. So what do I mean by that? Nothing is everything means don't get caught up in any one thing, whether it's work, relationships, hobbies, making sure you devote time and energy to multiple areas in your life. We as humans are like onions. I will rip off a quote from Shrek. I am a millennial with a Gen Z cusp. We humans are onions. There are many layers to us. There are many facets and aspects in your life that make up who you are. You are not defined by the job that you have. You are not defined by whether or not you're in a relationship. You are not defined by the clothes that you wear. You are not defined by that. There are many things in your life that contribute to your overall happiness in life. It's important to remember that life is constantly changing. The balance that works for you today may not work for you tomorrow. Therefore, it's crucial to have an open mind to change and being willing to adjust your approach as needed. It's important to embrace, keyword, the nuances and complexities in your life and aim for that healthy balance in, all aspects. You see how these things work together? They are two very similar ground rules but cover very different things. It's not all or nothing. It's always somewhere in between. Life is lived in the in-between. Okay? Ground rule 2, nothing is everything. Do not get caught up in one thing, one aspect of your life. There are many aspects in your life that you can cultivate and capture happiness, confidence, self-love, all of that through. Okay. So one thing that I want to leave you with at the end of this episode, before you take your headphones out, please hear me on this. This is your actionable tip. This is your homework from lesson 1 of the crash course. I want you to write down, think on it, whatever you have to do. I understand if I'm an external processor, so that's why I have a podcast. Okay, if you're a journaler, journal. If you're a go get margaritas and talk with your friends about it, go. If you're a hot girl walk and, muddle it over in your brain, go hot girl walk it up. But I need you to think on this before you listen to this next episode. I want you to think on nothing is everything. Take a minute and honestly go through your life. Go through your present day life experience. What are all of the aspects and all of the things in your life that you cultivate and capture, who you are from. If I were to do this for my own self, I, off the top of my head, would probably pull out, my relationship that gives me a lot of confidence. I would pull out the friendships that I have. Those give me a lot of confidence. I would pull out a lot of I would probably, honest to God, pull out like hot yoga, because that gives me a lot of confidence. I cultivate a lot of my confidence from just sweating my ass off. Don't ask me why. I'm learning along with you. But yes, please, seriously, this is your homework. Don't be a bad student, okay? Do your homework. And honestly, I really wouldn't mind if you DM'd me. The Confidence Crash Course is not meant for me to jump on my soapbox once a week and talk to you. I want to talk with you. I want to open conversations. I just want to give that brain a little magic so it comes up with its own. Please share, because your sharing just gets this brain going and I can best serve you. So with that, holy shit, the first episode is done.
That's a wrap for this sesh of the Confidence Crash Course. If you like what you heard today, share this episode with a friend who could use a confidence boost. If you haven't already liked, subscribed, rated, or reviewed on whatever platform you're currently on, it'd be a lot cooler if you did. If you haven't gotten your fill of me yet, get a little more by following at Confidence Crash Course on all social platforms and join our community in the Confidence Crash Crusher Facebook group. Until the next session, stay confident and stay crashing.